Kitchen. Today I am making my deep dish supreme pizza, and for this we are also going to be using my husband's cast iron, and we're going to be using this pan here. It's probably at least 2 inches or so deep. We do have some 10-inch cast iron, but I wanted a little bigger, like maybe a 12 or 14-inch one, but we didn't have one, so I decided to go with this one. So at first, I'm going to be making the dough. So I've got a cup of warm water right here, and you're going to want to put 1 package of active dry yeast. So we'll put that in there. And then also to this, we are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And then we're just going to want to mix this up a little bit to get it activated. And you're going to want to put this aside for at least 5 minutes or so. Okay, so we'll put this aside, and then we'll start on our other ingredients. And we are going to put 3 cups of flour in here. And also, I have my oven on 425. Gotta make sure this is a 1/2 cup. Okay. 1. Okay, so there's 1 cup. 2 cups. Okay, we got 3 cups in here. Now you might need to add just a little bit more flour, so when you start mixing it up. And if you don't have a mixer, you can do this by hand. Totally. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. Salt, sugar, flour. Okay. We're just going to leave this in here, the flour, and we're going to bring it over here. And we're going to wait for our yeast to start doing its thing. And then we are going to get started on our pizza sauce. And move this over here. Oh my goodness. Oh, them cast iron are so heavy. My goodness. Okay, so we're going to start on our pizza sauce. And, whoops. Okay, so first off, we are going to put in 4 tablespoons of oil into our saucepan. And also a couple of cloves of minced garlic. So I'm going to try and put these in my mincer here. See if it'll work out for me. Oh, these just do not want to come out. And you're going to want to put your pan on about medium or so, if it'll light for me. There it goes. Sometimes my stove just does not like to light for me. I don't know why, but anyways, we got this on medium low. Well, we'll put it up to about medium. And we've got our 4 tablespoons of oil in there. You can use any kind you want. And we are going to put our minced garlic in here. I love these little chopper here, little things that you can get for your garlic. Makes it so much easier than having to cut it in little teeny slices, you know? Okay. Get that off there. Okay, and we're going to sit and mix this up. You're going to want to let this cook for just a few minutes and to bring it up to a simmer a little bit. And then we are also going to add just a couple of tablespoons of diced tomatoes. Let this cook for just a second. So all the flavors of the garlic and the oil cook together. Okay. And we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of diced tomatoes. We'll put 3 in there. I think that should be enough for the size of our pizza. Turn this down just a little bit. Let that cook. And then also we are going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of sugar. Give that a good mix. You're going to want a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. It depends on how hot you like your pizza sauce. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of the red pepper, crushed red pepper flakes. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of oregano. And a teaspoon of basil. I'm going to mix this up really good. And I've got it on low right now. All these flavors in here are mixing really good. And then you're going to want to put in a 6-ounce jar of, or can of tomato paste. Okay, get that out here. Okay, I didn't use quite all of it, because I think that's quite a bit of tomato paste. So probably about 4 to 5 ounce can of tomato paste. You don't want it real strong. Out there. Okay. Now we're going to mix this up really good. And we're going to add a half a cup of water also. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got 2/4 cups of water also. We're going to mix that up really good. Oh, and this is such good pizza sauce. I think you guys will all really like it. We had a pizzeria down here in Roy, Utah that ended up burning down. They'd been there for, oh my gosh, I believe 40 plus years or so. This is where I got their homemade pizza sauce from. I knew one of the owners, and I talked him into giving me the recipe to it. So, and they had, oh my gosh, the best pizza. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to let that's still on low, and we're going to bring it to a simmer and let that simmer for just a few minutes. And then it's been probably at least 5 to 10 minutes or so. And so we're going to dump our yeast into our flour, and we're going to let it go ahead and mix up. And when this is through mixing, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to top the pizza. All right, our dough is done, and this is how it should look. I added maybe a couple more tablespoons of water to it is all it needed. And I had it on number 1 on my mixer, and it mixed it up really, really good. So we're just going to knead it here for just a few minutes in my hand. And also, we are going to add just a little bit of oil to this bowl. Now you are going to have to rise this dough for at least an hour. And like I said, I do have my oven on. So we're going to put this in a warm place on the oven and let it rise. And then when we come back, we're going to flatten it all out and put it in our pan. And I'll show you how to do that and top it. And so let's just put a little bit of this oil on here. Put it in shape it in a ball. And then I'm going to cover it with a towel. We're going to put it on the oven here that's been warming. And we will be back in an hour. Everyone, and we are back. Now our dough has been resting for about 30 minutes actually. My oven's pretty warm, so it's almost, not quite doubled, but it's about halfway, doubled about halfway. So we're just going to take it out and we're going to knead it a little bit. Put a little bit of flour right here so we can roll it out to the right size that I need. Now if you're going to make this in a cast iron pan like I'm doing, you're going to want to measure your pan if you got 10-inch round or 12-inch round plus 2 inches more. So because you're going to want to go up the sides if you're doing a deep dish. Okay, so we got this smooshed down a little bit. And is what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go 19 inches across and about 12 inches wide. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on our rolling pin, and we are going to start rolling this out. Okay. And since I'm using this one here, this pan here, like I said, you're going to want to go at least a couple of inches more. So, hopefully, let's see. Okay, that's a little bit more, but I think that'll be okay. Alright. Go 11 inches this way. 11 to 12 inches. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Come on. Hopefully we can get it to roll out as much as we need it to. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see how far we gotta go. Okay, we're only close to 11 inches right there. A little bit further in the middle. Okay, come on. I wish I just knew how to toss it in the air, right? Either that or have one of the machines that they put it through and keep running it through and it gets longer and longer, wider and wider. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. My nose just keeps running every time I want to do a video. Darn allergies anyway. Okay. Hopefully that will work. So we are going to roll this up. Try and get it up off of the counter here. Roll it up. Maybe, if we're lucky. Looks like we're going to have to start this end. There it goes. Okay. Come on. Sticking just a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully it'll come up, huh? Might have rolled it just a little bit too much. Oh, goodness. Oh, I hate working with dough. We're going to try and get this up, though. There we go. Help it along just a little bit. You know, instead of making your own dough, you can also go buy, you know, dough that's in the store. Maybe Pillsbury that are in the roll section. They've got dough that you can buy that you don't have to make. But I like making my own dough, so even though sometimes it's a pain to work with. Come on off of there. There we go. It's moving slowly but surely. Probably should have put just a little bit more flour down, I think. But we'll get it, right? Okay. But I do like cooking it in the cast iron. The crust just is so crispy and yummy. In the cast iron, it seems like it's a lot better. Okay, so we are going to put a little bit of oil in our cast iron pan. So we don't want it to stick. Put probably a couple of 3 or 4 tablespoons in here. There we go. Put it up the sides. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Up there. All right. Off of here just a little bit. Okay, I ended up having to re-roll my dough out because it got all mushed up together. I don't know how I did that, but I finally got it all rolled out again. So, and I got it put into my pan. Like I said, I hate working with dough. It just don't want to work for me sometimes. But I did get it finally. So, and as you can see, we've gone up all the sides of the pan. And I did generously put some oil in the bottom and the sides before we put this in. So we're just going to tuck this down in and roll this over just a little bit. Just a little bit on the sides. Don't want it hanging over too much. Alrighty. There we go. All the way up the sides. Alrighty. Okay. Tuck this in a little bit. Don't look real good, but it's gonna taste delicious. I can guarantee you. Okay, so now we're gonna start putting our toppings in. And like I said, this is gonna be a supreme. So we are going to add our sauce, our homemade pizza sauce that we made. We're just gonna spread it all out here. This pizza sauce is so good. You guys really need to try it. I think you'll all really like it. And it's not real hot. It's got that tanginess to just barely hot. You can make it hotter if you'd like. Just add a little bit more pepper flakes. And also I'm going up the sides with this. All the way up the sides here. Oh yeah. Plus, we're going to go up the sides with our cheese also, so we need a little bit of sauce up here to hold our cheese into place. Okay, here we go. Okay, and the first thing, we have some Monterey Jack cheese. A lot of people use mozzarella, but I like using the Monterey Jack. It melts a lot better than the mozzarella does. So we're going to cover our bottom with mozzarella. And this package here is about 2 cups or so, which we will be using all of. And we're going to go up the sides here. Just kind of press your cheese up the side. Oh my goodness. And you're probably going to use the whole package, so just keep that in mind. The sides here. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I've got some hamburger here that I made earlier. So we're gonna dump that all over the bottom here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we got our hamburger in there. And also I cooked up a 4-ounce can of mushrooms. Now you can top this pizza with whatever you want, just plain cheese, pepperoni. If you don't like mushrooms, you can use whatever. Hamburger. Okay, so I got that in. And then also I have some salami here. And we're going to lay that down. Oh yeah, very, very good pizza. And I think it also depends on what you top it with. I don't know. I really like the Hawaiian pizza with the pineapple and Canadian bacon. Yum yum. Okay, and then also I have a couple of strips of summer sausage that I cut up. We're going to put them right down the middle here. A couple on the side. And then I also have some pepperoni here, but I believe I'm going to add my mixed peppers here. And all I use is the pepper stir fry, and it's got yellow, red, and green peppers plus onions in it. So we're going to put that in next. We're just going to go all the way around with it. And I like buying this in the store because you don't have to cut your peppers up or prep them, or your onions, and it's just so easy. Just open the bag and put it on. Okay, and then finally we have some pepperoni. So we're going to go around with the pepperoni and stick that on. There we go. Just anywhere you want to. Didn't have a lot of pepperoni left, but I think I have enough for the pizza. Okay, there we go. Oh, put a couple down in the middle. There we go. And then just spread a little bit of this Monterey Jack that we have left, which ain't much. That's okay. And we're going to add the rest. Medium cheddar cheese. And like I said, put your oven on 425. And this is going to go in the oven for about 30, maybe 35 minutes. We'll see. We'll keep checking on it. But 425 for sure. Okay, and we're not putting a lot of cheese on the top, just enough to let it melt and be ooey gooey. Good pizza. Okay, so now I am going to actually put the lid on this. Put it in our oven, put the lid on, and I'm going to leave the lid on for about 15 and take it off and then put it back in the oven for another 15, maybe 20 minutes. And we'll be right back. Hello everyone, and we are back. Now I just pulled this out of the oven a couple of minutes ago, and as you can see, it's done. So I'm going to slice it up and see how it turned out. We're going to try this first. If not, we're going to use a knife. Oh gosh, I know. Let's go about right here. Oh, and the dough is so soft too. It's nice and soft in the middle, but crunchy on the outside. So I can hear it still sizzling. And it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells really good. Okay. Where can I, well, let's see. Alrighty. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that crunch or not while I was cutting into it. There we go. Alrighty. Gosh. Let's see if we can get here. There we go. Alrighty. Goodness. Here comes Murphy. He can smell food, huh, buddy? Alrighty, there it is. Looks really good. Smells delicious. It's nice and crunchy on the pipe or the crust there, and it's nice and crunchy on the bottom also. Oh goodness, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna taste it. See how it turned out. It's nice and hot though. Oh my gosh. Ooh, yeah, you can see the steam coming up from it. I think you guys will really like this pizza recipe. And you don't have to use cast iron, you know, if you have something else. Even a pie dish, a big round pie dish, you could use that to go up the sides with. So if you want it like deep dish. And so we're going to taste this. Oh my gosh. It's very, very hot. So I put it in the oven on 425 with the lid on it, and I put it in there for 15 minutes, and then I took the lid off and I upped the temp to 450 and kept it in there for 25 minutes, and it seemed to be done perfectly. So we're gonna give this a bite here. Very, very good. Yeah, and that pizza sauce is delicious. So I hope you guys try this. This is the end of my video. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do, and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out, and ring that bell so you guys get my notifications. And you all have a wonderful night.